Hello, everyone. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started here. Welcome, everyone. Everyone, we'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So Q&A class. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, guys. All right. I'm going to share my screen here.
Hello.
As you guys know, this is a Q&A. So Q&A. All right. So let's get started here. All right. So Q&A. So as you guys know, on Mondays, we do Q&A. All right. So this is your opportunity to ask any questions, whether it's on the trading systems, right? The markets, any trades that you guys are looking at, any symbols you're looking at. All right. Any trades that you're in. All right. So welcome, Taj. Hey, Charity, welcome. All right. Hey, Trevor, Kawisi, welcome. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. It's not connected with the trading, but is the link to get into this show going to be the same every week?
Yes, Trevor. Yes, it's the same every week.
And I noticed you didn't need a password to get in. On the website, it says a password, but I didn't need it to join.
I'm getting some background noise. I can't hear you.
Uh, uh, so on the website, on the web page, it
Yes,
says it gives a password,
yes.
and I didn't need a password to get in tonight. Is that normal?
That's fine. If you enter without a password, that's fine.
Okay, good. All
That's
right.
fine. Welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome. Uh-huh. Solomon, welcome. Hey guys, any other questions for me? Any other questions? Any other questions? This is Q&A. This is Q&A.
Can I ask you what chart system are we watching? What's the name of the chart system? You know, the supplier or whatever.
All right, so we've got some proprietary systems, but the platform is called TradeStation. Trevor, TradeStation.
Okay, TradeStation. Yeah.
Right here, TradeStation, and we have several systems, trading systems with algorithms that we build on the TradeStation platform. All right. Do you trade? And welcome. I know this is your first time, right? This is your first time, right? Trevor?
Pardon me?
Yeah, this is your first time here, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. All right. Do you trade currently?
I might have dabbled a little bit, not very much.
Right.
enough to be dangerous, you know.
All right. I detect an accent. Are you from London?
Well, England, yeah, originally, yes.
Okay.
I live in Clearwater now.
Clearwater. Okay. All right. So you're close by. I'm in Orlando. I'm in Orlando.
Oh, that's pretty close. Yeah, really.
All right. So any questions, guys? Welcome. Welcome, Trevor. Any questions on anything? If not, I'll go ahead and get started. I'll go through the markets and then just interrupt me at any time. This is your opportunity, all right, to ask any questions. So just stop me at any time. All right. As far as the equity markets today, all right, as everything held, right? It wasn't a big day up or down, so things held a bit, right? We still have buy signals on the Dow, the S&P, Nasdaq. I'm sorry, not the Nasdaq, the Russell. So Dow, S&P, Russell, and we're still waiting for the Nasdaq here. VIX is at 23. We need the VIX to come down, right? So we needed to get below 20 to really get going. But we like how this market is shaping up, right? So we like how things are shaping up. Right? But below 20, that will really move the markets, all right? The equity markets, all right? Sectors are looking good, right? Sectors are still looking good. Let's see here. No big changes today. You guys should write these sectors down, though. These sectors that we're going to be trading into this fourth quarter. All right. I know some of you are in energy already. All right. So energy, a lot of the sectors have buy signals. Okay. I know they were down a bit today. All right, but they're still holding strong. All right. Biotech, we'll look for biotech to make a move. Biotech, healthcare, right? Where is healthcare? Healthcare, right here. Healthcare is holding, right? We need to get things moving a bit, but it's fine. Everything is fine. No complaint with the equity markets. All right. Let's see here. Anyone in is anyone trading Forex? Any in you guys are in any Forex positions? Any Forex positions you guys are in?
No.
No Forex positions. How about equities? Any equity positions?
A few.
Which ones are you in, Trev?
I don't know offhand. I know EL.
What's the symbol?
EEL, Estee Lauder, I think it is.
AEL?
EEL.
AAL?
No, EL.
I'm sorry. What is it?
EL.
EL.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, EL. All right. Take a quick look. EL, let's see.
I can't see what the symbol is.
So this is it here, EL, right? EL.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your goal here with this stock? What's your goal?
Right. That's where I've come to learn. You know, I don't really know when. I can see sometimes when to get in, but I don't know when to get out. Never sure where it's going in the long run, you know.
At what price did you get in?
I think it's about 203, something like that.
So 203.
Yeah.
All right. 203.
Not long ago, but probably about 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, 3-4 weeks ago. Okay.
Still holding it, huh?
Okay, so 203. Let's see.
Hell of a job.
And now start looking at this.
All right, so Trevor, we'll try to analyze this for you. So now, how long do you plan on staying in this? What time frame are you trading on? What time frame?
Well, that's my problem. You see, I'll sort of hold it and sell it until I think he reached the top, but I don't. That's one of my problems. I don't know when it's reached. That's why I'm coming in.
Okay. I'm going to recommend. I will analyze this stock here, but we have classes Sunday through Thursdays. Okay, and we have a beginners class tomorrow, which I think would be excellent for you. Okay, so it's tomorrow, same time. All right, come to all the classes, but that beginners class tomorrow, right? We'll go through um, some of the basics of how we enter and exit trades. Okay, and I can hear that's perhaps a concern, right? How do I enter, but most importantly, how do I exit? Okay, so be sure to come to that class tomorrow. Okay, but we'll attempt to analyze it here for you. All right. So your entry was two. And anyone else, you guys can help Trevor out. Okay, those of you who've been here. All right, we can help him out. All right, here. The good news is you bought it near the bottom. All right, you bought it near the bottom. Let's see here. And I'll try to keep this as simple as possible. This is on a daily time frame here, and your buy signal was here. Let me ask you, what made you, out of all the stocks that are out there, right? Why did you decide on?
I think I heard Kramer say something about it. You know Kramer?
China?
No, Kramer.
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 Jim Cramer.
Cramer.
Yeah, I know Jim Cramer. Yeah.
I mean,
Jim Cramer. Okay. So you heard it on CNBC?
Yeah, I usually watch it on YouTube though, but yeah.
Okay.
And in my primitive sort of stocks, right, it looks sort of quite a good time to buy, you know, but as it happens, it has done fairly well since, but where it's going to go from now on.
Okay, so you heard about it on Jim Cramer. Okay. All right. Hey, Corey, welcome. All right. Let me ask you, do you remember, Trevor, what he said about this, what Jim Cramer said about this particular stock?
Well, he said it was I don't know, yeah, so like a good steady sort of stock, and it should benefit from and any uptick in China apparently is a lot big up there. Yeah, I was just, you know, I kind of looked at it and I thought, well, he's probably right, you know, in this time. I mean, everything it says, but at this time I thought, well, it looked reasonable, you know.
Yeah. All right. So we got in because Jim Cramer thought it was a good opportunity.
Recommended it, yeah.
He recommended it, right? Is this the only one that he recommended that you're in?
Yes, yeah. I really don't like taking recommendations offline because my experience has been that I've lost more money by listening to people online than I've made, I think, in overall. And ones that I've picked up myself as well, they haven't done that great, but I think my biggest losses have been listening to some people online, you know.
Online.
I often come to the conclusion when they tell you it's a good buy, they're unloading it, you know, but I don't know. I really don't know.
So they want you to get in, and while you're in, they unload it, huh? They pump and dump it, huh?
I don't know. I mean, you know, there's lots of finagling going on, but who knows?
It sounds like you've been around. You've seen a few things, huh? You've been around these markets for a while.
Well, I first started. I'm a terrible investor, really. First started putting money into stock market, into mutual funds around the year 2000. So I'm going to turn to 2000.
Okay.
And I got some really good results, really good. You know, I mean, I was up probably 100%.
Okay.
And then, you know, the guy who was managing the fund and that, he didn't tell us to get out. So I got out and I lost about, you know, half my money probably. So I didn't have enough sense to stay in, you know. But anyway, I still don't know whether I've got any good sense anyway. But there you go. I don't think I am. I'm kind of impetuous in a way. But
you know, we can learn so much from you, you know, Trevor. So I really welcome you here. 2000, you know, we had a conversation last night, or class last night, and we were talking about some of the same things you're talking about now, right? Taking, you know, listening to the news, right? Like folks like Cramer, Jim Cramer, and you know, getting recommendations. Now, back in 2000, and guys, anyone of you guys can jump in at any time and ask Trevor some questions too, because he's been around. He's been around these markets for a while. 2000, that was before the .com crash, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that crazy. I made a lot of money going up, but like a fool, if I'd stayed in, I'd probably been worth, I don't know, maybe $1 million by now. You know, because that's how it goes, isn't it? You know, this is like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, in 20 years, and they were, I think it was like equivalent to the QQQ or something like that. I think it was mostly technology things.
So the QQs, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's, anyway, if I stayed in, I'd have been had a lot more money than what I have now, I'm sure. But that's only money, isn't it, you know?
Yeah. So those mutual funds, you got those, was it late 90s? Was it late 90s or was it 2020?
It's probably late 90s when I first started. Because it did, I mean, it went up pretty rapidly. You know, probably could have been, I don't know exactly, it's a long while ago. It could have been, it could have been 97, 98, 99 when I was putting money in.
And you had a fund manager manage the funds for you? You had a manager?
Yeah, it was a mutual fund. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I was just totally in his hands, you know.
Okay. And you said
We've
Because you
done,
said that you would have done well had you held to this day, right? But he got you out, or you got out.
didn't get me out. I panicked when I saw the market going down. It, I mean, I was up a lot of time, and I probably lost more than half the money. And by that,
Okay.
I was so panicked, I just sold. Well, probably the worst was over by that time, and if I'd have kept in, you know, it would have gone up again over the years, but I didn't. And that's
But
what
you
happened.
didn't. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I remember the dot-com crash. I was in the markets, but I was still learning, right? So I wasn't aggressively in the markets. But I remember that. That was painful. That was a painful time.
Yeah, it was, yeah, extremely.
Hmm.
To a meeting. Afterwards, you know, a meeting of I forget it was exactly, but there's a number of other people who were doing the same thing as me. We were all saying, "Damn me," you know, funny if only, you know.
Yeah, if only we knew.
Yeah, so
Were you trading during the 2008
no,
crash?
but then I sort of stopped altogether.
You stopped.
It was only, and I can't recall the exact times, but it was only about a year ago. I thought, well, you know, let's start having another go. But
Oh, okay.
I'm still a learner, you know. I mean, I can see where the charts are going, you know, when it's green and when it's red, you know. But
Yeah.
when it's got to the bottom of the red, and who knows when it's got to the top of the green? You know, I mean,
Mm,
that's the thing, isn't it?
yeah. So
So
do you consider yourself like a buy and hold type of guy or a type of trader, or are you more in and out?
I I think, I mean, I don't have that many more. I don't think I got that many more years to go, to be honest. I can't afford to be
You
looking.
look great. You look great to me, Trevor.
Well, thank you. I don't. I think I'm more turning into more of a wannabe trader.
A wannabe trader.
A wannabe, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I love your story. You know, I think a lot of us can learn, right, from your experience. Okay. Um, I'm going to go through how we analyze the charts and see if we can help you out with this trade here. All right. Um, have you heard of support and resistance through the years? Have you heard of support and resistance through the years?
Will you say that again, please?
Yeah. Have you heard of the term support and resistance through the years?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about it really, but
Okay.
I'm sure I'd like to hear it.
Okay. But you haven't heard the term support and resistance in all the years you've been trading off and on. You haven't heard that term, or have you?
Well, I've heard
Support.
support. Yeah, I've heard support. Yeah.
You've
Yes.
heard of support,
Yeah.
and you've heard the term resistance.
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. But have you used it? Have you used support and resistance in
No,
your trading?
I'm not that sort. I don't know enough about those technicalities to make use of them. But I heard it. I mean, I can see it on the chart once the chart is played out, you know. But I can't
Okay.
see it at the time, you know, when you need to know it.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So yeah, that the beginners class tomorrow, well, I think will help you a great deal. So let's analyze your stock here. So your buy was at 203, right?
Yeah.
And the price closed today at right here at 220 is where it closed right here. All right. So based on your chart here, these red candles, right, are sellers. These are sellers. Green candles are buyers. All right. So the good news is, right, you've got buyers coming in. So you got some buying coming in. All right, right here, right here. All right. So what we would like for the price to do is hold, right? Hold here all right, not breakdown, all right? We call this support. So you've got near-term support. Your entry is here. Your entry is here. We've got near-term support right here, which is about 211. Okay.
There's just one thing, if I could interrupt. I don't think I can see the end of the chart. I think, you know, your picture and my picture and I think they're in the way of the end of the chart. I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Hey guys, can you guys see my chart here? Can you guys see the drawings here?
I can see where it went up green, then there's like a little white round dot there, and then it's starting going down again in red, but I can't see the bottom of the red and any further than that, and I don't know whether it's the end of the chart. You see, that's
Hey, Mary, Corey, Charlie, can you guys see my chart here? Can you guys see my chart?
Yeah, I can see it there.
Yes,
I
we
can see,
can.
I can see it perfectly fine.
You guys can see it? Okay.
Yes.
All right, Trevor, it might be on your side. So
okay.
might be on your end.
If I change the view of the chart, well, of course, standard. I don't know what that means. Side by side, side self view. What about that? Yeah, I don't know.
So you can't see any of my right and right here. My right here. You can't see this? What I'm doing now?
No.
You can't see that, huh?
Is it in the chat room then, or?
Yeah, you should see my screen. My trading screen here. And my drawings here. You should see this here.
I don't know. I don't know. What I can see is I can see on the left hand side. I can see.
Can you see me? My cursor here.
Can you move it? Oh yeah, I can see you drawing a line. Yeah, I can see you.
You can see that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. So, okay, if you look at this chart here, this is a daily chart. What can you make from the chart, right? So we're gonna do some chart analysis here. All right. So just looking at this chart, what can you tell? And here is where you bought. Here is where you bought right here, 203. Right here is where you entered the trade, which is not a bad entry, by the way. All right. So what can you tell from the chart?
Well, I can see it's gone down.
Going down.
Yeah,
right.
It made a bottom. I can't see what the date was, but sometime it made several bottoms there between about May, probably.
Okay.
May. And then it starts to make another little bottom, and then it goes up to green, and now it's gone up to green, and it's but now it's on the way down again.
Okay. So about right here, it made a bottom here. Okay.
Yeah, it's about halfway down on the right side. The last readings are about halfway between the green in probably August and the bottom in May. So it's about halfway down.
Okay.
Is that
what else can you tell? What from the chart? And anyone else, if you guys want to help Trevor out, and what else can you tell from the chart? Just the chart, not what Jim Cramer thinks or said, right? Just the price action, just the chart. What else can we make from this?
Well, I mean, it made some significant bottoms in May by the looks of it, and it hasn't reached those bottoms again. It kind of made two attempts to get there, but it didn't. And now it's made it's gone up until it made a sort of a top at the green there in, I don't know, October.
So the attempts to move higher has continued to fail. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's got Yeah. I mean, if I look at the bottom area of the chart, right, we got the big bottom down there in probably May. Then we got an up in the end of May and June, and then another one in June, and then another high maybe in August, September, and now it's on the way down again. But it hasn't yet reached the bottoms that it made in May.
So what do you think? What do you think, Trevor, would happen here?
What do I think might happen?
Mhm.
Well, it looks to me as like the bottoms are gradually getting higher.
Okay.
Because we got the 3 or 4 big bottoms in May, and then you got another one. It's I don't know, June or something. That's a bit higher. And then you got another one probably in July, and a bit higher. And then you got another one here, which is in probably October or November. I don't know. And that's not quite as low as the last one, as the the one in June or July, whatever that was. So it's possible. I don't know, but could start going up again. But
Does this look different here? This chart look different to you now?
Yes.
Okay, so we've moved it from a daily time frame to a weekly time frame. So where does the price look like it wants to go ahead now? Does this make it a bit clearer for you?
Yeah. Now this is what scale is this? Is it?
This is the weekly time frame. So every candle is a week's worth of data. So we went from a daily
Right.
to a weekly.
Okay. And it goes from it goes right back to 2014 or probably 15.
Yeah.
Okay. So it made a big bottom in April and May 20. That made a really big bottom there. Yeah.
Yeah, and here is the current week that we're in right here. Let me open this up for you.
Well, it's got potential to go higher, but the economic situation, I don't know about it. I mean that's what's in the offing, Who knows whether it's not going to go down as recession may be coming again. I don't know. Well, actually, but I don't know. It doesn't look very good on this chart. Doesn't look very good.
It doesn't look very good, does it?
Not to me, no. It's got a lot of red there recently.
A lot of red, right?
Yeah, and it made a bounce there, but it's gone down quite almost to the low again. There's a candlestick. The last candlestick on the right there, that almost touched the bottom line.
So let me ask you, if you had this information here, right? So when you heard what Jim Cramer had to say about this stock, right? EL, and you entered it, right?
Yeah.
Based on his recommendation, right?
Yeah.
If you had this information, do you think you would have entered the trade? If you had this information right here, do you think you would have entered the trade?
Probably not.
Probably not, right? Probably not. I'm glad you noticed that and you're honest about it, right? So the goal is, and you're not alone in this, right? But the goal is, whenever we are concerned about a trade, right? Kind of zoom. We have one of our traders said, when in doubt, one of our traders, they're saying is when in doubt, zoom out, right? So whenever you have a trade, and it's confusing a bit, it's hard to tell the direction, and every time frame is different. So if we brought it to a 4-hour time frame, that will look very different than the daily, right? But a lot of times we'll get a lot of noise, right? A lot of noise, meaning not a lot of direction on the smaller time frames. All right, so it's a good idea to not trade. We don't want to trade on multiple time frames, but we can look at the different time frames to give us a better understanding on the direction of the price. Okay, so here is a smaller time frame, the 240-minute time frame. That looks very different, all right, than here, the daily, right, the daily. And then here is the weekly here, which is what we just looked at here. Right, and then let's take a look at the monthly. Let's see if the monthly time frame shows us anything else, right? And look at the monthly here. Does this look any? Would this have helped your decision? This is the monthly time frame now. Do you think this would have helped your decision-making process?
Well, I can't see. I don't think I can see the end of it again, can I?
Can't see the end of it.
To the right. To the right. Is that all of it?
Can you? How about now? Can you see the end of it now?
You can see a big red that some big red down lines there at the end. Well, it looks like taking a chance on it that it's going to go up, because that's quite a pretty big dip there.
Okay. What does this chart tell us? If you can see it. So now this is near. This was 2010. So at 2010, it started to move higher.
Yeah.
Right. And I want you to think about this. Right? So the buy signal 2010, right? Right. Mm-hmm. You went through the mutual funds, all of that. That was about 2000, right? But this is 2010, right? And it started moving higher. And that's about when the market started moving higher, 2000 to 2012, after the crash, right? Crash of 2000, 2008. All right. So if you look here, right, Trevor and everyone else, right? The buy signal, the buy came in at 2010 at 20, it was at $22. Yeah. Right? This is a monthly time frame. And then it closed, right? Right. We got out based on the system. All right. Yeah. September, right? Around September was when we got a signal to get out at 226. So 226. Now I'm not saying that you would have stayed in this long, right? We're just looking at what the big picture is saying, all right? What the big picture is telling us. All right, and your entry is 203. Do you think the money has been made already in this stock, or do you think there's a lot more potential to go? So it went from 2010, just follow me for a second. It went from 2010, it was $27, right? It made a high, Trevor, all the way up. It went all the way up to 369. So the buy entry, now that was a long time ago, 2010. So 2010, all right. It was at $27. And then in earlier this year, right? Last year, it made a high, right? Let's see here, January of 2022. So January 2022, it made a high of 363, an all-time high of 363. And then it's been coming down, right? If you look here, right? So it made a high here, 363. Horrible. Right, started here at 27. Right. and it's been coming down ever since. Been getting lower, 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 lower.
It's probably still going to keep going down.
It's probably still going to keep going down, right? A lot has to happen for it to start going higher, right? So we want to be careful when we, and I think you're realizing that, right? That we don't want to take recommendations, right? It's okay if we hear a recommendation, but then we want to take that information and then we want to put it to the price action, all right? Because the price action will tell us a lot, right? Price action will tell us a lot. The better trade would have been down in here. And this is an expensive stock too. So think about the people, right, that heard about it and bought at 363.
Yeah.
Right? Or 300. All right. Or where you bought, right? You bought here at 203. All right. What if it goes lower to $100, right? Right? Or $50.
It could do. It could do.
It could do, right? You've been around, right? So you've seen it happen. Right? You've seen it happen. It happens, right? You can do this. And then come all the way back down like this. Yeah, right. You've seen that. You saw that in 2001, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, can't give any advice, right? You entered the trade, so you know you have to make a decision on what you want to do. But I'm glad you're here so that you can learn how to do this. Okay. And you mentioned that, you know, you're up in age. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, right? If we are if we learn this information, right, in a month, right, you can do things differently, right? We can all do things differently. All right. So I just want to thank you for being here. Okay. The thing about this trade is that it's not a trade right now. Okay, it's not a trade right now.
Yeah.
At some point, it might be tradable. At some point, but it's not a trade right now.
Well, I'll see what it's doing tomorrow. It showed me that. Yeah, see, these charts are a bit different to the ones I have. So I use TC 2000.
Okay.
I don't know whether I can get candlesticks on it or not. Actually, I don't use the candlesticks, but I think they tell you most. So they tell you, you know, more than anything else. It seems to.
Yeah, it'll give you more information, a lot more information.
A picture of what's you know, happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a look. You know TC 2000.
No, sir. No, I do not.
Well, it's yeah, I mean it's okay. I mean it works all right for me. But I'll see if they got I think it costed me I think it's $10 a month to get the chart, you know, get the chart.
Okay.
And they also run a brokerage system. I don't use this, but they also run a brokerage system, so you can actually buy and sell, you know, with the chart in view, you know, all the time if you want to. You know, if you're a trader, you can do it on the screen at the same time, buy and sell on the same screen as the chart, you know. But
hey guys, we're gonna finish soon. It's such a pleasure to have Mr. Trevor on, all right, because we don't really. He's been around a long time, right? He's been an investor, trying to invest, right? He's been through I'm sure you were around Black Monday, right? You've seen all the you've seen all this.
Yeah, I was, I actually, I was in the 2008 or 9. I was looking at the charts and I actually saw the bottom, what turned out to be the bottom.
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't have enough. I didn't have any courage to put money in. But
You
had
didn't have.
money in at that point, I don't know what this thing, but it was the bottom in 2008 or 9, or it might have been 2009. I saw that. I actually saw it on the chart. I remember seeing it. You know, down she goes and up she goes. I thought, well, you know, I forget what scale I was looking at, but it was quite a pronounced reversal. You know.
Yes. Yes.
And now, and I'm kind of kicking myself now. If I'd have put money in there, I'd have probably got 4 times my money back. But I didn't know, you know, I didn't know enough to do it, so I didn't do it. And that's
You
it.
didn't know enough.
Yeah.
So you think if you had and then you had gotten, you know, you had that trade in 2001, right? 2000 that didn't work out, right?
That kind of scared me off, you know.
That scared you off.
So
That scared you off.
interested in watching and seeing, but I was so scared in losing money, I didn't do anything, you know, because I'd lost it. Well, I hadn't lost it because I hadn't in 2000, whenever I started investing, I didn't put as much money in as what it was worth, because things were going up so rapidly. You know, you were sort of doubling your money in a short time.
Yeah.
So I didn't lose any money. I only sort of lost from the point of view that if I'd have sold, I'd have had a lot more than what I did when I did sell. So, which is damn well annoying, you know.
Yeah. What an amazing story. So let me ask you, so had you, if you had some skills, let's say for instance, let's say so 2000, 2001, when you went through the mutual fund situation, do you think if you had gotten some skills then you would have been ready for the 2008, 2009, 2010, when you saw that bottom? Do you think you would have had the confidence and the courage to get back in and perhaps take advantage of that big run? Really, literally.
Yeah, if I knew more, if I'd known more about things, yeah, I probably would. Yeah, because I am. I'm not necessarily I'm not a gambler.
Yeah.
But I don't mind taking you know, if I think it's going to repay me more than what I put in, then I'll do something. But I'm not a sort of a gambler or anything like that. Although it is gambling really. But if you gamble on the real data, then it's not so much of a gamble, is it?
It's not, no, it's not so much, right? Because you have some tools, right? You have tools and
right.
You're aware of what's going on.
I mean, it's not like you're throwing dice where you're relying on totally on chance. At least if you've got charts like we've got here and understand them and know that, you know, what's possible to happen, then it's ammunition, isn't it, that you can use. So yeah, I mean, I can see the philosophy in the charting. I mean, it's wonderful, really, but you know, you've got to know what you're doing.
You've got to know what you're doing, right? You've got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well,
David,
yes,
may
ma'am.
I ask a question?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is I love that Mr. Trevor is on here. I love this. So yeah, go ahead.
Could you explain what is a required margin in Forex?
A required margin.
Yes.
I'll get with you. I want to stay here. I'll get with you on that. A required margin. I want to stay here if you don't mind. Okay. Required margin. Okay. Any questions pertaining to Mr. Trevor here? Any questions for him? I think we can learn a lot from him. Any questions?
I think a basic question which comes from what Trevor's been saying is, the question is when to get out of a trade particularly, I think the scary part is if you see suddenly the prices are dropping and you're not seeing a sell sign. And I remember you asked Trevor at the beginning if he's the kind of buy and hold type of person. So the key question is, when do you get out, or what happens when you see prices suddenly dropping very rapidly, but you don't see the sell signal?
Okay, that's that's directed to me or Trevor?
No, to you.
To me?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think? So if the price is dropping rapidly, right, what do we do? So if the price is dropping rapidly, Mary, what do we do?
I'm asking the question.
So what do you think we do? If the price is dropping rapidly, what do? We go to our chart, right? Right? Is there a symbol in particular you're referring to?
No, after one has gone through several waves of a particular pair, for example, you've gone up and down, you've seen it rise, and then again, you've seen it drop. And then, so the question for me is, at what point do you stop and get out of that particular pair?
Okay, when it does what? So what does it have to do? Break what?
I know we said when it breaks support.
Yeah.
Mm.
So when it breaks support, and what else? Do you have an example? You don't have an example?
No.
Because yeah, I mean, if the price is going down, that can be relative, right? So if the price is just going down, that's not enough, right? You could be in a markup phase, right? You could be in a markup phase and it can go down within the markdown phase, right? It can go down and still be within your trading window, right? So it has to break, the price has to break support. Remember, we always buy on the break of resistance and we sell on the break of support.
Okay, so one does not have to wait for a red signal. The break of support is sufficient for making a move.
Yeah, break of support, red candle. All right. You don't have an example?
No, not right now.
Okay, so let's use this one here. We'll use this one. We'll go through a few examples here. So, okay, so here is a break of support right here. All right, so here, all right, here, price broke support, sold here, right? Never broke support here, previous resistance becomes support, right? We don't have any support and resistance here, all right? Mary, I think you do have you don't have the trade that you're referring to. Is there, are you referring to Forex? Was this in Forex? Let's see here.
Yes, it's in Forex.
Which pair? Or which combination of pairs?
Okay, look at the New Zealand USD.
New Zealand USD. New Zealand USD. Zealand USD. All right. What time frame? 240 or 60?
240.
240. Okay, here, 240. All right. And this is the chart here.
Yes.
Okay. Are you in this trade?
Yes, I am.
You are. Okay. Okay, good. Where did you get in at a buy signal or lower or higher?
I got in at I think it was close to the buy signal. So this is the kind of, yes, you kind of go up and then one time you wake up in the morning and the thing has dropped.
Okay. All right.
And then
So,
at that point you're wondering, okay, do I continue to hold on to this? It's not
so it was
quite
right here. So it made a high up here.
Yeah.
And now it's right here. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And you're asking, when
So
do you
how
get
much longer do I hold on to this? It hasn't broken support, but I see
support
the
would be
value
right
go
here.
down. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. All right. So all right. Mary, this is a good trade. You're in it here, right? You're in it here, and it's all the way up here. It's all
Okay,
green
I think
candles.
what complicates the trade is that if you have another pair as well,
Uh-huh.
then the combined effect is not, they're canceling each other out sometimes, and your net equity is kind of slowly eroding.
So, all right. And Trevor, this is good. This is good, right? And
Yeah.
we'll go a bit longer here. So we'll use this as an example, right?
So it'd be say what, 7 o'clock tomorrow night?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
All right. So Mary, and we talk about this, right? We talk about this, right? And we talk about trading in the zone and your mindset, right? And being trying not to have any emotions. All right. And I know it's hard, right? When we look at our P&L, right? And it's going up and down. And 1 minute it's up and 1 minute it's down. But we have to stay in the trade, right? This is a great trade, right? You bought here, right? All green candles, right? You're in the markup phase. It's not like here, it's not in the markdown phase. You don't have any sellers coming into the market. Even here, you don't have any selling. You don't have any neutral white candles. All right, so no white candles, all green candles, buyers are in control. Right? Your job is now to just hold on, right? Try not to look at your P&L. All right, if you have another trade that's perhaps negative, that's canceling out your positive trade here, then you have to treat that trade totally different than this trade here. All right, so if there's another trade and that P&L, right, is bringing down the P&L in this trade, then you have to look at that trade and you have to analyze it. All right, and if it's breaking support, right, if you've got a red candle, then we've got to close that trade, right? Otherwise we stay in the trade. This is a great trade here.
So is it best not to get into too many? I mean, I'm talking 2 or 3 trades. So do you just get into one and stick with that one?
If you're concerned about your emotions, Yes, if you're concerned, if you can't, if if it becomes emotional, where the drawdown, right? The drawdown, meaning um the lowering in your profits, let's put it that way, right? Your P&L, if that's a concern and that's bothering you, yes, move to smaller size, fewer trades until you figure that out. Okay, until you figure that out. Okay, when we trade, our job is to execute the trades properly. Whatever happens, happens, right? So a lot of times, and I know you know how to do this because you've been doing this with us for a while now, right? You know, even if almost a couple of months now, and you've done this before. Sometimes what happens is this, right? If we overtrade, meaning, right, we put in too much capital on one individual trade, or we have multiple trades, then that really, we get emotional about the trade. So any movement, up and down movement in price, we're looking at every single movement. Okay, so if I would watch that, but this is a great trade here. This is a great, you've done everything. You bought here, it's in the markup phase, right? It's definitely going higher, right? We have big candles coming in, buyers are coming in, we got a buy signal here. We are looking to test this resistance. Now, we don't have an overall, right? We don't have, I mean, this is just an individual trade. So we don't have a big rotation, but based on just this trade right here, good trade, good trade. But we could mess this up, right? We could really mess this trade up if you panic, right, and get out because the price is moving down. It's not going to go straight up, right? That's never happens, right? It's going to go up, right? Come back down. It's building a nice support here, nice resistance here. All right, it's looking. If you look here, and everyone, if you look here, it's got higher lows. It's making higher lows. So hopefully it will. It held support right here, made us nice support right here. All right, and now it's looking to test resistance right here. All right, so overnight, I mean, anything can happen, right? But overnight, you could get buyers to come in and push this higher, right? If that doesn't happen, then guess what? Yes, you could get a red candle to come down in here, or white candle, break support here, and then we'll get a sell signal to get out. All right, so you'll have plenty of warning if it reverses and get out like here. Okay, like here, like here. Okay, but you're fine. You're fine. Does that help, Mary?
It helps for the individual trade, but I think where it becomes difficult is when you have 2 or 3 trades.
So what's the other trade?
So the other one is the Euro HKD.
Euro EURHKD.
Yes.
Okay, and was your entry at the buy signal here?
Um,
On the 240, right?
yes, on the 240.
Okay, and your buy signal was here? I just want to make sure.
Let's see, my buy signal was at 8.0690.
8.0?
690.
No,
Or
that would have been up here. You entered in up here on the 240, on
yes,
the
I think so.
on the 240 or the 60.
Maybe on the 60, I can't remember.
Let's take a look at the 60. That's important. All right. All right, 60. 60 doesn't have a trade. 60 doesn't have a trade. So are you sure your entry was 8.06? Double check for me, please. What's your entry?
HKD.
EUR.
Yeah, that was on the 11th. That was 8.0690.
And EUR HKD.
Yes.
Yeah, you shouldn't be in this trade, Mary. Eight point is right here. 8.06 is right here. You shouldn't be in this trade. On the 240, the buy signal is here.
So I got in too late.
I don't know when yeah, you certainly got in too late on the 240, and on the 60, we don't even have a buy. The buy signal on the 60 came in at 7.92, and the exit, right, to sell it came in at 8.05, and you got in at 8.06.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would get out of that trade. Yeah, you shouldn't be in that trade. We don't have a buy signal on the 60, and on the 240, it's way. I mean, it's if you'd gotten in on the 240 here, yeah, but we don't have a trade up here. It's too late up here. Yeah. So I would clean that up.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just make sure that's the symbol, make sure that's the symbol, and make sure that's your entry price. And if that is the case, I would clean that up. All right. And then which one was the third one? Now, when I say clean that up, okay, when I say clean that up, what I mean is, right, you did not get in, and I don't know what, how you got in, but based on the 2 time frames here, right, we shouldn't be in the trade, not at that price. So whenever that happens, and that's everyone, whenever that happens, and sometimes we'll make an error, right? Because things are moving, lots of things are moving fast, right? And it's our money, it's our capital. So it can get a bit crazy sometimes. When we make an error, right? Get out quickly. Just get out. Take the small loss, or if it's a profit, take the profit, get out. Okay, we want to build good habits. Okay, and if we don't get out, right, that what could be a great trade here in the 240, right, because we entered wrong, right, could be a big loss, right, and that will mess up your other trade, right. That NZD USD is a great trade, right. So this could absolutely influence your trade if we do not get in correctly, properly. Okay. So yeah, clean that up. And what's the third one, Mary?
EUR HUF. That one I've just entered.
EUR
HUF.
HUF. Okay, so let's take a look. What time frame?
240.
240. And thanks for sharing this. This is how we learn. You are. EURHUF. All right. Okay. Good job. Good markdown phase. Is your entry? Where's your entry?
409.7.
409.7. So good job. Good job. So right here, 4040. Give it to me again.
409.71.
409.7. So right here, perfect. All right, that EUR HKD, a fluke. That's just a fluke. All right, so close that, get rid of it. You're fine. Get rid of that. You're fine. All right. This is a good trade. All right. So you execute it properly right here. Right. Buy signal right here. Nice break of resistance. Good markdown phase. Sellers are out. All right. We're hoping that, hey, right, here was a previous buy signal here right around the same time. We got green candles. This one failed right here. But hopefully, if we break through, right, we got a big candle right here that broke through, right? They're testing this resistance right here, right? So we could get a nice move here, all right? And the Euro pairs have been performing well too, all right? So good trade. Close the other one. Just get rid of it. Just a little mess up, no big deal, all right? And here, this is why we want to get out. We want to wait. Okay, so you talked about, you know, and I think that other trade is what kind of messed everything else for you. But, right, you'd mentioned, you know, when do we get out, especially the price is moving lower, right? As long as in the markup phase, we don't have any red candles, it hasn't broken us support, we don't get out, all right? It wasn't until here where the price broke support that we would have had to get out here. Okay, so here's a buy signal here, right? Green candles, we stay in the trade, until the sellers came in, right? Remember, buy on the break of resistance, sell on the break of support. Price broke support, right here, we would have bought here, sold here. So your entry right here, you're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna close your eyes. Well, don't look at your P&L, and then just let it run, all right? And then your exit, when you exit the trade, is when it does something similar to here, or here, all right, wherever that is. All right, when you get a sell signal or red candle, that's when we get out. Okay, so nothing changes. It's the same thing we do every day. All right, same thing we do every day. Does that help, Mary?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Trevor, does that help, sir? What's that?
I'm not sure where I am. Okay, hold on. I've been
Right.
doing other stuff.
All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow in the beginners class. Mr. Trevor, come to that class tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I will. So same time, same place, right?
Yes, sir. Same time, same place.
Okay.
And, thanks for all of your knowledge and all of your wisdom all those years. All right, guys, take care. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
And Mary, yeah, just clean that trade up and you'll be fine. All right, guys, take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.